I really liked, though, what they did with Sierra also having the same imprint that Echo had earlier in the episode, because it was just kind of really cool to see two actives be imprinted with the same personalities at some point, and to see what, like, the actors did with it and stuff. Something that I also liked was even Taffy was the character that Echo plays in this episode. Taffy is definitely the closest to Faith that we've had so far. Faith from her, Eliza's character on Buffy, obviously. Faith is the closest that we've had to her, but I did like that it wasn't Faith. Like, it was its own character, and I did like that, and I was, impressed with it. My favorite scene in the episode was the one where Sierra, as Taffy, is trying to get Echo as, in her tabula rasa state, to drill through the door. It was cool to see Echo try to be able to take instructions and to be able to do that. And then it was also really cool that she didn't succeed in it, because I'm just like, okay, if this actually works, like, that's ridiculous. And it didn't. So I enjoyed that. What I did not like, I did not like, outside of everything I said, I did not understand at all what was going on with Ballard in this episode. I don't really get what the Dollhouse's motivations are putting Victor in as an active in the situation just to, like, throw him off, like, Ballard off. I don't really know what Ballard's motivations are, like, with what he's trying to do with putting Victor's name out. Or, he knows him as his own name, but I'm just not really sure what's going on both sides, even though it's really awesome seeing Hilo from Battlestar on. Especially since Dollhouse is on right before it. It's kind of like 2 hours of Hilo, and it's pretty cool. No Amy Acker in this episode. I'm upset that she's not really in the main in the main cast, that she's, like, in the guest star area, because I like her a lot on this, so I don't really want her going anywhere. I kind of just thought the episode was a little sloppy, and it just, I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was in its final stages, like, ready to be aired. I also thought that the climax with Echo, like, running through smoke and then, like, basically dragging a wounded man through a hallway. Like, I'm sorry, but those smoke grenade things do not have the effect that this show seems to perceive that it does have. So, yeah, I do really enjoy the show for many reasons, but, and honestly, I'll be devastated if it gets canceled, just because I want to see where he's going with this, because there are a lot of things I'm interested in. Just Echo's past as Caroline, all the actors' pasts, why is Echo special, all the stuff with Alpha, like, if Ballard's gonna find anything, there's a lot of stuff that I'm really interested in, and I know that he can do it, because they seem to be really excited about the second half of the season. So, I hope he can at least get those to air. I'm sure a decent amount of them will. And this week's episode looks to be... I was upset that they showed the whole preview, essentially, in, like, in the preview, they basically showed what was going to happen in the entire episode, it looked like. That's the other thing. Joss Whedon is... I'm kind of, like, surprised by all the violence involving women that is going on this show. Like, every week, Echo gets hit. Like literally hit. And it just doesn't really seem to be going along with his, feminist leanings, and, for all that he's done in television with that, he can pretty much do whatever he wants at this point, just because I think he's accomplished something fantastic, but it's just sort of, like, off-putting a little bit, just because it's just been so consistent, and next week it looks like it's going to happen again, too, like, she's going to get hit, and it's just like, oh. And this isn't like, combat punch hit, this is like, just, I don't know. I'm a little uncomfortable by it, just because it's, and I was like, oh, this is happening a lot, and then I read someone else's thing, and they had mentioned it too, and I'm like, yeah, this is a little weird. I don't know if it's just trying to, like, emphasize the fact that, like, they're not going to have any memory of anything that happens, and that, like, that the Dollhouse is putting the actives in situations where stuff like this could happen, and is, like, goes further in questioning if if an organization like this, you know, if we're on its side or not. So I think that might be a reason, just to make it be like, you know, this is what they go through, and stuff like that, but I don't know. So anyways, that's it for this week. I'm sorry that was long, but I did need to get through some, like, you know, this episode stuff and just basic thoughts on the show. So anyways, I will see you this Friday for this week's episode. I'm not sure what it's called off the top of my head, but okay, hope you enjoyed it. Bye!